Welcome back to Only Fools Talking Spurs. On tonight's show, we are previewing England versus Scotland tomorrow night at Wembley Stadium for England's second game of the group stage at Euro 2020. Joining me tonight, we have got Roy, my dad. How are you feeling, Dad?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty confident about tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't see too many problems, hopefully.
The first question I'm going to ask you guys is, who do you think is going to make the most noise, the English or the Scots tomorrow night?
Oh, it'd be about a 50-50 split, to be honest. They're all for England and Scotland.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame it's not a full house.
Yeah, that is one of the big shames. So, with England, Scotland, of course, you've lived a longer life than me. What is your best memories of England v Scotland?
I think I think it's the 5-1 where we beat them at the old Wembley when Alan Ruff was in goal. I think that was in the year of Keegan and Shannon and players like that. The goalkeeper, Alan Ruff, had an absolute nightmare that day. They was joking after the game. Sorry?
This is Alan Ruff, Scotland keeper, is it?
Yeah. I mean, they were joking the game that when he left the ground, he put his hand out for a bus and it went under him. But, he had an absolute nightmare that day. But,
who was the England manager at the time? Not Robson?
No, I think it was before Robson. Probably someone like Greenwood, I would say.
Yeah, no, I could only go back as far as what Ericsson, from what I actually remember. The rest has just been in the archives. Yeah,
I'd say he probably was wrong, Greenwood, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. So, looking forward to tomorrow then. Team news from what I've seen. Harry Maguire's trained today. Southgate said that he's in contention to at least feature. May not start, but especially being as we've got 5 subs, so probably won't start, but he's definitely going to be in the squad. As far as Jordan Henderson goes, I think he's fit, but I'm not sure he'll start after Calvin Phillips's in performance the last week against Croatia. And as for the Scots, Kieran Tierney looks like he's back in contention for Scotland. It looks like they may have even rested him for the Czech Republic game to make sure he is fully fit for England tomorrow night. So if you're Gareth Southgate, what would you do tomorrow? Would you bring in Maguire or would you keep with Stones and Mings?
I think I would bring in Maguire. I'd like to see him play just for the fact that they've got tougher fixtures hopefully coming up after, and he wants to be in the swing of things. Not that Tyrone Mings done anything wrong. I thought he quite well. I mean, I wouldn't make too many alterations. I think I would probably put a proper left back in.
Yeah.
Chilwell or Shaw. I mean, they're both good players, but probably Chilwell would be my pick out of the two. But I'd like to see Grealish play. But,
it's a weird situation with the left backs because out of all 24 teams at the Euros, you've probably got the 4 best left backs all in the squad tomorrow night with Robertson and Tierney at Scotland and Chilwell and Shaw with England. You probably couldn't get better left backs than that.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I'd say Robertson is probably maybe Tierney, but I think Robertson's probably the only one that could probably get in the England side, I would say.
Yeah.
Or a decent chance. The rest of them, McGinn's a good player. McTominay, I suppose you could argue he might get a look in the squad for midfield. I don't know, but
McTominay's a weird one, isn't it? Because being as he's Scottish, he's almost a guaranteed starter. But if he was English, you don't know if he'd actually be in the squad, if he's actually that good. It is hard to judge with McTominay, especially being at Man United as well. Would he be an automatic starter for England?
I don't think he'll be automatic. Not. I mean, it's almost stage England. They've got an embarrassment of riches out front and in midfield.
Yeah.
I mean, Scotland, I must admit, are up against it tomorrow. I mean, I think it's just raw passion and, their support that will drive them forward. But, I mean, I can't really make an argument for Scotland to win that tomorrow. I mean, unless Robertson puts in a pinpoint cross to someone.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll have them push back.
One thing that Scotland did, one strange decision from Scotland last week was against Czech Republic was having Che Adams on the bench. I thought they'd be a lot more effective with that Lyndon Dykes and Che Adams up front. Do you expect Che Adams to start up front tomorrow, or do you think they'll stick to a one man up top and just hope for and just stay part of the bus almost?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would have thought they'd pack the midfield and have one up front. I think it'd be suicidal for Scotland to go gun ho, but I mean, maybe they could try and shock us. But I think they'd play right into our hands if they'd done that.
Another player we might see tomorrow for Scotland is Billy Gilmour. And obviously, Billy Gilmour is from Chelsea. He knows Mason Mount. So that could be an interesting battle to see Billy Gilmour up against Mason Mount as well.
Yeah, it must have been. I forgot about him. Yeah, he's a good little player. Yeah, I mean, that could be something different. They could try. I mean, he's quite quick with the ball. I mean, he's a good little runner. Give him a chance. Linking up with him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they've got a few good players, but I think when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net is where they are going to struggle. I think if they are going to score tomorrow, it could be something silly like England trying to play out from the back and it don't go well with Stones and Pickford. What about you? What would you say England's weakness is for tomorrow night?
England.
Yeah, England's weakness. Like, how could we concede?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played at all. But I think if we have got a weakness, it's in goal.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced of Pickford, but looking round, there's not much better than him actually. But I think that just shows you the dearth of options we got in goal. Pope, his kicking's terrible. I wouldn't. If he was fit,
it's funny. It's funny you mentioned Pickford being as Nick Pope's obviously went home injured. He's not at the Euros, and then so did Dean Henderson. He went home injured yesterday, and they brought in Aaron Ramsdale. Yeah. So we've got Sam Johnston and Aaron Ramsdale as the keepers. So the gap between Pickford and Ramsdale and Johnston is quite a big gap now.
Yeah. I mean, that was yesteryear. I mean, you had Clements, Shilton, Corrigan. I mean, we had so many good goalkeepers, but it seems to be very light on the ground at the moment.
I remember we had a good David Seaman for a good 10 years, didn't we?
Yeah. Seaman was quite good. I mean, you had Chris Woods, who was not bad. He could come from the same club as Shilton, but nowhere near as good. But a good, steady keeper. But
and then we had one. We had Paul Robinson for a bit, didn't we? Paul Robinson, and then one you weren't David keen on, but I don't think you was ever keen on him was David James.
Yeah, I mean, there's another one that's always had a mistake in him. A good keeper, generally, always likely a big mistake. But I think Pickford's probably the best at the moment, although that is probably our weakness in the team, I would say. I mean, but I mean, up front, I mean, it's frightening if you was Scotland, with Kane and Grealish and Rashford and Sterling. And, I mean, I'm scared the life out of them. That team.
I mean, I know we talk about Scotland not having like a big striker or a goal scorer up front, but they don't really have a commanding centre back either, like someone who you could rely on. I'm not sure who they've even got at the back. And I think they've got Grant Hanley from Norwich, maybe Norwich, is it? But I couldn't even tell you the rest of the Scotland defence. I don't think it's the Scotland defence that we've known over the years.
Yeah, I mean, they used to have Hendry.
Yeah, I remember Stephen Hendry. Is it Stephen Hendry? The guy from was it the guy from Bolton? I was breaking up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, if I was looking at the game tomorrow, I would say they should be at least 3 goals to the good, England. But
yeah,
it'd be torrential rain tomorrow, and that could even things up a bit. I
mean, yeah, it's all about experience as well in these type of games. When there's a bit of animosity, we have got quite a young squad, and Scotland over the years. That I don't think he's in the squad now, but Scotland have always had Scott Brown, who used to always wind the opposition up. So maybe someone like I don't know who a dirty player is for Scotland, but there could always be that one player who could wind one of the England kids up. But if I was to ask you then for your lineup tomorrow, who would you have?
I think I'd keep. So if I keep it practically the same, I would say. I mean, maybe with the exception of Chilwell on the left.
Yeah.
I suppose you could maybe put Rashford instead of Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, I'd like Grealish to come in, but as you can make 5 subs, I think he's more than likely going to come on anyway. So see how the game pans out.
So you're going to go Pickford in goal, Walker, Stones. Are you bringing in Harry Maguire?
Yeah, I think I would for tomorrow.
Yeah, so Stones, Maguire, and who are you going with left back? Chilwell or Shaw?
Chilwell,
and then you keeping Calvin Phillips in the team. I was quite surprised by his performance last week.
Yeah, I would definitely keep him in. I thought his fitness levels are superb. You can see why Leeds done so well this year.
I thought he'd be someone that just sits back, just sits and lets the other people play. But he almost wants to get involved in the attacking play for England, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I thought he'd give us a good energy. Really. I mean, that was in them boiling hot conditions as well. So
yeah, I'm just doing your lineup.
I suppose you could change maybe Foden.
Yeah. Chilwell, Rice, Phillips. And then, so you go in Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Chilwell, Rice, Phillips. And then who's your 3 going to be? Mason Mount staying in the squad?
Yeah, I like Mason Mount.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've got to play Kane.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you could argue to bring in Calvert-Lewin, but I think it's a big game. I think I'll keep Kane in there.
So you got who's the other 2 you going with behind Kane? You got Sterling still? I'll be surprised if Sterling got dropped after scoring.
No.
Yeah. So you got one more position. Is it going to be Foden keeping his spot, or is it going to be a Rashford or a Sancho or a Grealish starting?
I think I'll probably go Sancho, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could give him a run out.
Right, so this is what you've gone for then. So Pickford in goal, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Chilwell, Rice, Phillips, Mount, Sterling, Sancho, Kane. It looks a lot more experienced now when you add Maguire and take out Tyrone Ming.
Yeah, I think quite a big game. I mean, they've qualified to win that. I think that'd be ideal for Maguire to come in, steady things down.
Yeah.
There's bound to be a heat.
Yeah.
It's bound to get heated, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing Harry Maguire offers. It's not just he's defending. With these set pieces, even if it is Trippier starting tomorrow, a Trippier corner or a Trippier free kick, you definitely see Maguire getting on the end of one of those.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. I mean, who do you think will be on the free kick duty?
I'm a big fan of Mason Mount. I've seen he scored a few for Chelsea. I think he scored a few in the FA Cup against lower league teams. But I like Mount's technique and I like his confidence. I know Kane's got confidence, but the end product doesn't come with it with his free kicks. But yeah, for me, I'd go Mason Mount. I do like his technique. We've seen Kyle Walker take a few as well. I think he scored a couple for Spurs in the past. But yeah, I'd definitely like to see Mount.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
you agree on that?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really seen anyone else I could say take one apart from Kane, and his track record at Spurs, anything to go by. I mean,
yeah,
you can't put one in, can
you? Yeah, I mean, even me right now. I'm trying to think through the squad. I mean, obviously, of course, Ward-Prowse didn't go, but I think that's what a lot of people were quite upset about Ward-Prowse not going because Trent Alexander-Arnold he could take free kicks, and now it almost did make sense for Ward-Prowse to come in for the set pieces. But I didn't think Ward-Prowse was one that could start games in the Euros. I thought he would be one to come off the bench.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he's good at dead ball situations, free kicks and corners. But in the general play, I think there's better options. It's just a shame you can't bring him on like an American kicker.
Yeah, exactly. So, go on. I'm going to have to ask you for your score prediction now. What do you think tomorrow then?
Yeah, well, I'll say 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was maybe 4-1. I think there's such a gulf between the two, but I suppose it is like a derby game, and it's England, Scotland. So I think the key to the whole game is England scoring early.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can imagine Wembley rocking.
Yeah. I mean, if they have to come out instead of sitting back, then it'll be a completely different game. God forbid if Scotland score first, and then we got to try and break them down. It would be, a long night. But
one thing I was going to ask you is might be quite a difficult question to ask you, but I know I'm a big fan as well. But I think you're a big fan of Steve Clarke. But who would you say is the better manager out of the two, out of Southgate and Clarke?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's done a really good job since taken over in such a fairly short space of time. He's definitely got them organised, and he has. To be fair, he hasn't got a lot to work with. I mean, he has got 3 or 4 good players, but I mean that's all you can do, and organise them and try and work out how you're going to score these goals. McGinn's got a goal in him. McTominay's probably got a goal in him, given the right position. But generally, I mean, they're not going to thump anyone, are they? Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about Tottenham another time, but I feel like I'd actually be more comfortable with that Steve Clarke in charge over Southgate. I don't know why. I just feel a bit more assured of Steve Clarke.
Yeah. Well, he's done his apprenticeship under some top managers. I'm sure he's there. Under Brendan Rodgers, was it? I think. Or Brendan Rodgers is on the same. time.
Yeah, during the
Mourinho.
Chelsea era. Yeah. But yeah, I'll just take the lineup away. But yeah, so I might as well give my prediction now. I think I'm gonna go for. I think I said 2-0 last time. I'm gonna go 2-0 again. I feel just because I feel Southgate is always pretty cautious with it. I don't. Maybe because Croatia are a bit of a harder team to break down, but I think I'll go 1-0 first half, 1-0 second half, and yeah, 2-0 overall. I feel Southgate will almost start to bring players off if we go 2-0 up instead of going for it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I think England have got to go for it tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah,
if you'll be wary about what Scotland are offering, you've got no player in the competition, have you? When you hopefully come up against the likes of Portugal, Italy, France. So, I mean, you've got to try and play that attacking football that you mean to go on with,
Yeah, that's one thing a lot of the media are talking about is topping the group. If you top the group, you're going to play the runner-up from the group of death, which is Germany, Portugal, Hungary, and France. So, would you rather top the group and play the runner-up from that, or would you rather finish second or third and play someone else?
I think you just got to win your games. I mean, I know it's nice to be clever, but I think being clever, you can end up running yourself into a dodgy run of form. Because I mean, once you start that winning run, it builds momentum. If you try and speed it, I think you're going to come unstuck.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, we spoke before off YouTube about the Italians, and the Italians haven't let in a goal yet. If we win 2-3-0 tomorrow, don't concede a goal, beat Czech Republic 1-0, 2-0. I mean, leaving the group stage without conceding, winning 3 out of 3, we'd almost be a team to be feared, even if we aren't a team to be feared now. If we do go storm the group, I think the runner-up of the other group will start to fear us compared to it being the other way around.
Yeah. I mean, Italy look really good at the moment. You can't say they don't, but they're really up. They ain't really come up against decent.
Yeah.
I would call. Very outjudged. I mean, they've been on a winning run and they ain't conceded a goal for about 10 games. But when you analyse the teams they've beaten, it's not so impressive, But as I say, winning breeds confidence, and that's all you want. That's what I'm saying with England,
Yeah, but it should be a good game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think I've really witnessed an England v Scotland game in a competitive, especially in like a tournament. I've probably in a qualifier. I may have seen it before. But this would be the biggest game I've seen of England v Scotland. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. There could also be a few big battles. If we do get John McGinn playing, it'll be John McGinn against Jack Grealish. So there could be a bit of bite in there. McTominay versus Harry Maguire. Who else we got? There should be a few big battles in there.
Yeah.
Kieran Tierney v Saka, if Saka comes on.
Yeah, could be Gilmore and Chilwell.
Chilwell and Mount, Reece James. But so I think I'm gonna go 2-0 again. But I'm gonna have to add a few yellow cards in. I think at least 2 yellow cards each side tomorrow. So I'll be on the Bet365 doing a little bet builder as always.
Yeah. That's a. Well, I mean, I would say most of the cards, if he's gonna come in that midfield battle. Of either England or Scotland breaking away, and just that little leg trip.
Yeah, I think that was one thing that happened with Calvin Phillips. He was very tactical with his fouls, and he almost got away with it. Well, he did get away with it. He didn't get booked, but he did trip up a lot of the Croatia players breaking down attacks last week.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing as well. I mean, if you're that sort of game, you don't want to get a sending off.
Yeah, exactly.
If England have a sending off, that will level it right up.
Yeah,
completely different.
yeah. I mean, well, if we did, I think if we did get someone sent off, you can guarantee it'll be either someone in the Sterling or the Sancho position to come off, and then they'll be dropping back into a defence or a flat four. It'll definitely be one of the attacking players being what's the word, forfeited. But I'm excited for tomorrow. Anything else to add before we go?
No, I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. I mean, I should think it'll be hopefully a comfortable win, but
you never know.
As Wales proved, I mean, there's nothing certain. I was absolutely certain that Turkey would beat Wales, especially with that massive crowd in front of them. But
that's the thing,
anything can happen.
Yeah, but big players show up, and so I think we need Harry Kane to show up tomorrow. Hopefully, get off the mark and try and win the Golden Boot.
Yeah, I'd like to see him stay up front instead of keep dropping deep.
It's hard to be fluid in an England side when I don't think we'll see Sterling, Mount, and Foden tomorrow. So he needs to kind of familiarize himself with that three behind him. But I do expect it to change tomorrow. But I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it set us up well for the group.
And then hopefully be able to rotate a bit against Czech Republic.
Yeah, that's right. Rest a few legs.
Yeah.
I mean, almost not a dead rubber because you want to keep winning, but it'll take a lot of pressure off for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think even now, Czech Republic and Croatia game feels a bit of a tougher game to call than I initially thought.
Yeah. I mean, them it could probably end up a draw, to be honest.
I'm not too sure where that game's being held either on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But we'll wrap it up then. So thanks for joining me on your first proper live stream. But I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. Thank you for watching if you have watched, and we'll be back here. We'll be back here tomorrow for a little lineup reaction to what Southgate picks before the game. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for the next video.